For instance, the great emotion of sex gets more people into trouble than all the other emotions combined. And yet it's the most creative, the most profound, and the most divine of all of the emotions. It's not the emotion that gets people into trouble. It's their lack of controlling it and directing it, transmuting it, which they would be readily able to do if they had self-discipline. So it is with other faculties of the body and the mind. It's not that you have to change completely. It's just that you have to be the master. You have to be in control. You have to recognize the things that you must do in order to have sound health and peace of mind. It also means the development of daily habits by which the mind is kept busy in connection with the things and the circumstances that one desires and off the circumstances one does not desire. It means that you will not accept or submit to the influence of any circumstance or thing you do not desire. Nothing at all. Don't submit to it.
Crazy. This video is about to be powerful. I'm about to tell some truth, right? This video is based on the book Think and Grow Rich. Now, this is a book I've read and I've listened to the audiobook as well. So what I'm going to do is speak on certain chapters that have been placed in the book. So the book basically speaks on desire and gaining fame, wealth, all these things, gaining riches, right? And building the right kind of team, having the right kind of people around you to attain your goals, to achieve your goals, right? Now, at the end of, or near the end of the book, chapter 10, there's a chapter that speaks on sexual transmutation, and it's called The Mystery of Sex Transmutation, right? And there are different chapters, there are different sub-chapters in this chapter that I'm going to speak about. So I'll just say the first thing that I wrote down, and it says, Think and Grow Rich emphasizes the importance of mindset, persistence, and taking action to achieve success in any endeavor, right? So if you have a goal in mind, something you want to achieve, this book speaks on it. Now in chapter 10, they speak on sexual transmutation. And one of the first sub-chapters was called Sexuality, Charisma, and Creativity. And it says the prime motivators are the basic human needs for food, water, shelter, clothing, and safety. These are things that drive people to action, right? So the reason we work so hard is because we want to eat. We need our basic human needs. We need food over our heads. We need a roof over our heads. We need food to eat. We want to drink water. We just want to make sure that we're sustained so that we could take care of a family as well one day, right? Now, the book also says there are other factors that might motivate people to take action, such as sex and love. Psychologists Abraham Maslow hierarchy human needs lists 8 levels of motivation forces after the primary life-sustaining needs that are met, which are the ones I just mentioned before, like food, water, shelter, all of these things. So once all these things are met, sex and love are the most important motivating forces. Sex and love are the most important motivating forces into chasing what we want, into achieving the things we want, right? Cool. I'll go on to the next section. And the next sub-chapter speaks on charisma. The world is ruled and the destiny of civilization is established by human emotions. Creativity is set into action entirely by emotions and not by cold reason. The human mind responds to various stimuli, including the desire for sexual expression, love, and a burning desire for fame, power, or financial gain. These stimuli can be harnessed and redirected as a powerful creative force in literature, art, accumulation of the riches. So, when I read that, I instantly think of famous people that we know, people who have accomplished great things in this life, right? I think of Mike Tyson, Elon Musk, LeBron James, and sometimes I even think of soldiers like who were fighting in wars like way back in the day, right? But I'm gonna keep it to the people we know, like Mike Tyson, Elon Musk, and LeBron James. I feel like even Michael Jackson was on this as well, from some of the songs that I've listened to, right? Like Can't Stop Till You Get Enough, right? But that's a side note. So people use sex or sexual transmutation to achieve their dreams. Now, some people may not know this, but Mike Tyson was on retention for 5 years. He didn't have sex with his wife for 5 years. And his reason for doing it is because he saw the other greats doing it. So he decided, well, it's a thing that he must do. And look at where it got him. Look at who he became, right? And I'm going to get into why sexual transmutation is actually a powerful thing, right? I believe Mike had a lot of talent, a lot of raw ability, but I truly believe that sex transmutation is what leaped him beyond most people, right? And took him to his greatness. And we'll get near the end of the video, right? So stay tuned, right? So people like Elon Musk talks about it as well. He was in an interview and he said that people spend so much time on sex. They spend so much of their mind on sex with no outcome, with no need for or no want for a kid, just to have pleasure. And he even said itself, it's a waste of time. And look at where he is now. I truly believe someone like Elon Musk took time to be celibate, abstain from sex, and then was able to use this energy in his mind to become who he is today. Now, in this video, I'm going to speak on how sex transmutation can help you become a genius. And Elon Musk is someone I wrote down. I believe even Einstein was on this. I haven't done all my research on Einstein, but I know Elon Musk and Einstein are somehow related, somehow, right? So I'm going to keep reading. Now, there was another section that spoke on the importance of charisma in salesmanship. A good sales manager looks for personal magnetism or charisma as the first requirement. Now, charisma is sexual energy. So when we speak on charisma, or when I'm speaking on charisma in this video, and that's what Think and Grow Rich speaks on, it uses charisma as sexual energy. So I'll read this again. A good sales manager looks for personal magnetism or charisma as the first requirement. Personal magnetism or charisma is essential for inspiring enthusiasm in salesmanship. Master salespeople attain mastery in selling by transmuting charisma, sexual energy, into enthusiasm. Salespeople can cultivate and develop charisma in their dealings with others, which can be communicated through various means, such as the handshake and the tone of voice. Now, a lot of people don't believe this, but here's another thing. Semen retention does two things. It gives you that confidence, it gives you that glow, it gives you this like feel about yourself, right? You operate differently because there's no shame in you. You're just operating with this energy that's just cultivated inside you, right? And you're just operating on a new playing field, right? Now, another thing that I've noticed is that it increases your confidence because of this charisma, and the tone of your voice gets deeper. It's just a byproduct of the journey. And I'll explain this as best as I can. As you're holding in your semen, right, your body knows it's not having sex. As a man, it knows it's not having sex. So this energy needs to be transmuted in other ways into your body, right? Because it knows that you're not having sex. It's going to try and make you look better. It's going to make your skin glow, going to make your eyes glow, right? It's going to grow your hair out, going to make you like retain that muscle, right? Make it easier to build muscle, get faster, get stronger, get smarter. And it's going to lower your voice. It's going to do all these things. It's going to emit this like magnetism about you because it's doing everything it can to find a partner, right? So that's the byproduct of not releasing your seed. When you release it, it's doing all these things. Your body's doing all these things so that you can attract that kind of partner into your life. Cool. Now, charisma and sexuality. This was the next chapter. And it said people with charisma project sexuality through their personality. And I believe this is tied with the confidence that retention gives you. Charismatic individuals are careful about their personal appearance and clothing. Charismatic individuals select clothing becoming to their personality, physique, and complexion. So this is just another part of taking care of yourself, right? As you're on retention, you're literally elevating internally and it's shown externally, and you want to do all the things to become a better person with your health and with your physical appearance and with how you present yourself to the world, right? Now, here's where it starts to get interesting for me. Sexuality and success. Napoleon Hill expresses how sexuality might be a motivating factor in success by enhancing creativity. I'll just start with this. Ever since I've been on this journey of always transmuting my energy, into making music or creating videos, right? Now, this is the first time I've created like a YouTube channel where I'm showing my face, but I genuinely believe this is like the first step for me being creative with my sexuality in a different kind of way. That's the best way I can explain it, right? Historical figures with charisma and exceptional creativity were often inspired by women. Highly successful individuals possess a highly developed sexual nature. Now, we have to understand this last bit. I highlighted this bit mentally. Highly developed sexual nature. In my opinion, in my understanding, a highly sexual developed nature isn't someone who gives out their semen frivolously. It's someone who has developed it over time. So maybe they have slept around and they've gained some experience and understanding of their sexual nature and ability. But they're not someone who just gives it out frivolously. They're someone who knows how to control it, because when you develop something, it improves. So they may have had that time in the past and understood who they were sexually, right? But a highly developed sexual nature is someone who knows how to develop it and build upon what they know, and then transmuting this kind of energy into their business, something creative, even into themselves, right? Now, creative imagination. Sexual transmutation helps you to manifest things, and this is a fact. And I'm going to just read some bullet points that I wrote down. So, the faculty of creative imagination is often underused. Creative imagination is the direct link between the finite mind and infinite intelligence. And this is where I really like where things are going, right? Like I mentioned before, Einstein and Elon Musk, we're going to get into a chapter that speaks on genius, how sexual transmutation can help people become genius level, right? Cool. Now, with sexual transmutation, you can manifest your dreams. You can manifest a whole new reality because you're becoming a whole new person. Your thoughts are becoming higher. And because you're becoming this higher person and you're operating in a new field, certain things will be attracted to you. This universe will just bring things to you, right? Because who you are is what you attract. Not what you think you are, but who you are is what you attract, right? And now that you're becoming pure and becoming higher in thoughts, higher in being, these things will come to you. Cool. Higher level of thought was the next subchapter. High level of thought provides a broader perspective, allows seeing beyond the usual limitations, removes everyday concerns, allowing for freedom of creative thinking. Ever since I was doing sexual transmutation or semen retention, right, I just became peaceful internally like crazy, especially when I added Christ into the mix. When I added Christ, it wasn't on my own strength. It was just a being state. I was able to retain my seed, and it makes it so much easier for me. And now it makes me feel like I'm attracting the things that God will want me to attract, right? And because I've got the Holy Spirit that's holding me and just guiding me, I'm able to use discernment to maneuver and decide what I want to allow into my life, into my space, right? Cool. There was another subchapter that was called stimulating the mind. Creative imagination can be stimulated temporarily or permanently. This can lead to receptivity to new ideas and increase in creative faculty. I'll read that one more time. Creative imagination can be stimulated temporarily or permanently. This can lead to receptivity to new ideas and increase in creative faculty. Semen retention allows you to have the energy to be creative. It stimulates you to be able to do new things, things you weren't able to do when you're in that lower vibrational state, when you're in that state of constantly releasing your seed. Because when you're constantly releasing your seed, the next thing you want to do is sleep. The next thing you feel like is lazy, right? You've got less energy to do things. But when you retain your semen, when you retain your seed, you're literally able to put this energy into something productive that will work for you and could be a benefit to other people as well. Cool. Cultivating creative imagination. Creative imagination can be developed through use. So this is something you have to practice daily. You have to think of new things. It's okay to sit down in a room, do nothing, and just think, right? Great artists and thinkers rely on the creative imagination for their ideas. This was me in 2020, right? So in 2020, I'll be sitting right at this table, got my laptop out, and I got some music out, and I'm literally just writing hella songs, right? And I'm even writing down my notes, things I could be doing to like take on my time, other things I could be using my energy for, right? Because I just couldn't just lay in that bed. There was a time I'll be in that bed and I'll just be on the PS and I was like, I can't do this. I had to get up and do something because I could feel the energy wanted to be used, and it was usually something creative. And even other artists do this as well. I'm not the only artist who's done this. There was one artist I want, Joy Badass, he does this as well. And who is this other artist? Who is this other artist? There's another artist who does this. Black guy, American artist. Can't remember his name, but might remember it sometime soon. Anyway, now here's where I really love it. Methods used by geniuses. Geniuses make use of both synthesized and creative faculties of imagination, stimulate the mind to function on a high plane and concentrate on known factors. I believe this is where Elon Musk and Einstein are operating at. Cool. Examples of genius methods. Thomas Edison's use of synthetic and creative faculty to perfect the incandescent light bulb. Right there, we have an example of Thomas Edison using his genius to create the light bulb. And this chapter is speaking on sexual transmutation. There's a link right there. Integration of intuition, precognition, and insight in scientific discoveries. All of this through sexual transmutation. Recognitions of intuition's role by prominent figures in history and science. So there are many people in history and science, in the science field, who were using sexual transmutation to like think differently, to see things differently, to do things differently, and to operate in a different field. Cool. Now there's something I really like here. It's a chapter, it's a little excerpt from the Think and Grow Rich book. And this is what it says. The men who have accumulated great fortunes and achieved outstanding recognition in literature, art, the art industry, architecture, and the professions were motivated by the influence of a woman, right? So women can be a great motivating factor into, achieving your dreams, right? It has to be the right one though. Cool. The research from which these outstanding discoveries were made went back through the pages of biography and history for more than 2,000 years. Wherever there was evidence available in connection with the lives of men of great achievement, it indicated most convincingly that they possessed highly developed sex natures. Now, this is what I like here. The emotion of sex is an irresistible force against which there can be no such opposition as an immovable body. When driven by this emotion, men become gifted with a superpower for action, chasing your goals, becoming a better you. Understand this truth and you will catch the significance of the statement that sex transmutation will lift one to the status of genius. Nah, yeah, come on, man. The emotion of sex contains the secret creative ability. Destroy the sex glands, whether in man or beast, and you have removed the major source of action. If you destroy the sex, if you destroy a man's balls, if you cut them off, if you castrate a dog, that is not the same dog. If you castrate a cow, a bull, whatever, that is not the same beast. Destroy the sex glands, whether in man or beast, and you have removed the major source of action. That beast or animal, man, has no drive if you castrate him. For proof of this, observe what happens to any animal after it has been castrated. A bull becomes as docile as a cow after it has been altered sexually. Facts. Sex alteration takes out of the male, whether man or beast, all the fight that was in him, all that aggression that was in him. Sex alteration of the female has the same effect. If you do the same things to a female, it has the same effect as if you do it to a man. Now, I want to go back to this part where it speaks on castrating a bull, a beast. When I was in Mongolia for 3 months, right? And I was in the Gobi Desert for a month. And in the last week of us being in the Gobi Desert, I woke up to a team leader and one of the farmers coming into my gur, which was like a tent, coming into my gur saying, we need your help to hold the bull down, because they wanted to, well, I didn't know this at the time until I got outside, but they wanted to remove the bull sack. They woke me up for this. They wanted me to hold a bull by his horns and remove the bull sack. I was hesitant, but I was like, all right, let's go. I go outside and I'm holding the bull by his horns, and the power that this animal had in the horns, I was like, why am I here? Like, I'm useless. By this time, though, they already have it tied down somehow. I don't even know how people can do this, but these Mongolians they're different, man. They're strong guys, man. So anyway, they had the bull tied down, and I'm holding it. I don't even think I'm doing anything. I'm just here for show. Cool. Holding it. And the father, he was with us the whole time. He starts cutting the balls off. He starts cutting it off. And I felt that pain in my heart. I was like, you're ripping them away. Like, you're taking, what? That's crazy. He took the balls off. He cut them off. I heard the ball. Right, this big beast. Just lost in itself. The ball, he buried it. He buried the ball sack in the sand. I thought they were doing this because they wanted to eat it or something. I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, what? I just didn't understand, right? And what they were saying was this bull was the bull that was causing trouble. This bull was going around disturbing all the females, trying to have sex with all the females. It was causing a ruckus on the farm. And that's why they eventually had to cut the bulls off. Do you know how crazy that is? And now I think about this generation, right? I think about what's going on in the world, the agenda today. You know, we all know what's going on in the world. People having sex changes and all that. Now, I'm not here to speak on that, but to take a man's balls off is a crazy thing. That's disturbing nature. That's crazy. That bull, when I saw it, was always just lying down, walking around on its own, eating small bits of grass. There wasn't loads of grass there, but eating grass here and there. It wasn't active anymore. It didn't have that dog in him. He didn't have the fight in him. You know what I'm saying? He was just there now, right? So I witnessed what happens when you castrate a beast. I saw that with my own 2 eyes, and I took part in the castration. Mad. That was crazy. Now, here's where I like it as well. Artificial mind stimulus. This is the next chapter. Edgar Allan Poe, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and Robert Burns wrote under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Now, see, these are people or musicians who were looking for external factors to drive them. Important to note the destructive outcomes of relying on artificial mind stimulants. So relying on other things outside of you to drive you, instead of using what God has given within you to be a driving factor. Cool. So these are just examples from the television series Behind the Music, depicting the destructive nature of rock and roll lifestyle. Many talented individuals who depended on drugs ended up burnt out. So when you focus on external factors to be the thing that drives you, you're going to burn out. But you can't burn out with what God has given within you to drive you. There's no way with what this energy is just increasing day in, day out. Day in and day out. Every single day you're taking care of yourself, more energy you're going to get blessed with. I'm telling you now. See my energy in the other videos. See my energy now. It's only just going to get better. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool. Overindulgence in sex and sexual expression can be destructive, similar to overindulgence in alcohol or drugs. Same thing. So whether it's internal or external, overindulgence in this, because sex is a drug. Sex is a drug, and they are sex addicts for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If you indulge in sex, you're wasting your life. The same way if you indulge in drugs. Remember that. So if you want to be on the opposite side of an addict, or someone who's indulging in something that's the same as drugs, don't indulge and retain your seed. Do you know what I'm saying? And be clean, be healthy, be pure. Just elevate, get better. Let's go. Many people dissipate their energies through overindulgence in sexual energy. This dissipates their potential for early success. This is literally harming you if you are constantly watching porn, right? If you're constantly sleeping around, throwing your semen into a sock, right? I'm going to repeat that again for people who doubt. Many people dissipate their energies, their sexual energy, through overindulgence in sexual energy. This dissipates their potential for early success. So if you want to be somebody, stop doing certain, you know what I'm saying? You need to, you know what I'm saying? Quit. And on my channel, I show you the process, a routine of how to get through the day with the Psalms, through meditation, right? Through healthy eating, through the gym. But reading the Psalms, connecting yourself with Christ, because Christ breaks all the chains. So getting yourself right with God makes it easy, because I don't feel like I'm doing retention. Retention is just a byproduct of my life. The grace of God is on me and I'm able to do this. And now I can focus my energy into other things. This is real information I'm giving you guys. Real information. Think and grow rich. Let's go. Cool. Now this was the last chapter. Love, romance and sex. Love combined with romance and sex can drive individuals to great achievement. So the right kind of love, the right kind of woman in your life can drive you to your success. So over here, I'm not saying don't get with women. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but you need that one woman. I'm telling you now, don't try and, you don't need like 30, you don't need 10, you don't need 5. Get one solid one that's going. But it needs to be that one though. Do you know what I'm saying? It needs to be that one. Cool. All love experiences are beneficial and can stimulate the mind. So sex with a woman, I've never been hating on it. I'm just speaking to the people who are constantly watching porn. I'm speaking to the people who are constantly having frivolous sex. You're wasting your time, your energy, and you're messing up your future. The right kind of woman will benefit you, I promise you. Love is spiritual, sex is biological. Love is spiritual, sex is biological. Proper balance of love and sex is necessary for happiness in relationships. Love and sex is necessary, but it needs to be the right balance. And when you're constantly releasing your seed, you're not having the right kind of balance. When you're watching those videos, that's not the right balance. When you're constantly sleeping around with different women, that's not the right kind of balance. You need the right person, right, to have the right balance, like positive and negative. Too much into one thing, not good. Too much into another thing, not good. You need to have the proper balance to have success and happiness. Love can lead to communion with infinite intelligence. Love can lead to communion with infinite intelligence. And for some reason, God is love. So if God is love, God can lead to communion with infinite intelligence. If God is love, and love can lead to communion with infinite intelligence, and God created everything, and God is allowing me to do semen retention, not because I'm trying to do it, but it's his power of love that's allowing me to do it, and it's him doing it for me, because I told you, like, when you do it through Christ, semen retention is a byproduct in your life. When semen retention is a byproduct in your life, because of Christ, and God is love, you will literally have communion with infinite intelligence. I'm spitting for real. The road to genius consists of the development, control, and the use of sex, love, and romance. I'm going to read that one more time. The road to genius consists of the development control and the use of sex, love, and romance. These things have to be used righteously. These things have to be used wisely. You can't be outside sleeping around. You can't be in your room hiding away watching porn. Do you know what I'm saying? You're messing up your life, chances of success. You're messing up your own peace of mind. You're messing up the happiness that you can have in relationships, in your own life and in your own financial life and in other endeavors that you choose to partake in, that you choose to focus your energy into. You need to have a balance. And by watching porn or corn, right, and sleeping around, you're unbalanced spiritually and internally. You need to take care of your energy. You need to transmute this energy into something productive, something that can bring peace, something that can bring happiness, joy, something that can bring that money into your account. Do you know what I'm saying? We're trying to get rich, think and grow rich. Do you know what I'm saying? So this was just a quick breakdown of some of the notes and some of the things that Napoleon Hill was speaking on in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Sexual transmutation is real. This chapter, you can find it in chapter 10 in Think and Grow Rich. And the chapter is called The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. Chapter 10, Think and Grow Rich. I'm telling you now, semen retention is real. I'm going to keep dropping videos, right? I'm going to keep dropping videos. I just gave information. By the grace of God, I hope this reaches someone who doubts, who doesn't believe, or just wants some information, right? Sexual transmutation is a real thing. So preserve your semen. Abstain if you're just watching porn, right? Abstain if you're just giving your energy out frivolously. You're creating soul ties. If you want success, you need to get serious. Do you know what I'm saying? If you want money in your account, you need to get serious. LeBron James spoke about it in the interview. Elon Musk spoke about it. Thomas Edison did it. Mike Tyson did it. So many boxers, before they go into a fight, they have to be retaining their semen for a reason. For a reason. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk too much. Chapter 10, The Mystery of Sex Transmutation and Think and Grow Rich. I feel like I just gave a lot of information, a lot of game. But I hope this helps. I hope this helps someone. I really hope this helps someone. So I'm going to drop more videos. I don't want this to be too long. I just wanted to give loads of information as quick as I can, as righteously as I could, being honest as I can. So just stay tuned. More videos are coming soon. This was Think and Grow Rich, The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. Semen retention is real. Add Christ into your life. It will make it easier. It will make it feel like semen retention is happening for you and not like you're trying too hard. By the grace of God, you'll be able to do anything. I promise you. Take care of yourselves. This was Think and Grow Rich. Let's go.